Hey everyone, I want to show you the types of amazing applications that you can build in Snowflake powered by AI. This case, leveraging Snowflake partners like Landing AI. This is going to let me create custom models from images, store the predictions for the models in Snowflake, but what I really want to do at the end is be able to talk to this data. I want to make it so that anybody can get insights from the data that I'm going to use from these image predictions. So let's jump into it. This is actually a very cool use case that I want to use. This is from healthcare. So I have images of cell tissue, and what I actually want to be able to build is a custom model that can look at those images, those pictures of cell tissue, and be able to help me detect if there's tumor, cancer, dangerous cell type. So is the cell type normal, invasive, benign? Now, building a solution like that might sound super complicated, but actually through amazing Snowflake partners like Landing AI, anybody could do it. So let's go ahead here. I'm inside of Landing Lens, and you'll notice already I've got a bunch of images here in case there's 400. These are all cells, and I've gone ahead and labeled them as the correct label. Now, I want to use Landing Lens to help train for me a custom model, so if I send it a new cell image, it can automatically detect it. Now, this is sensitive data, right? This is like human tissue images. This is stored right now inside of my Snowflake account, but I might worry, okay, well, how do I take my data in Snowflake and understand how I can integrate it with these powerful partner solutions? What's amazing here is that Landing Ledge is a Snowflake native app. Check this out up here in the URL. What this means, this is actually running inside of my Snowflake account. None of my data ever leaves my Snowflake account. I'm able to go to the marketplace, see Landing AI, and install all of the pieces. This is powered behind the scenes by Snowflake Containers, so I can leverage these powerful solutions without worrying about my data ever leaving. So here with these images, I can go ahead and kick off a model to train it. What's great here is all of the training, the provision of the GPUs, again, it's happening inside of my Snowflake account. So now here at the end, I have a model that's been trained. I'll switch to one that already was trained a little bit ago so we don't have to wait. You can see here I can get some pretty accurate models. With this one, 98.3 precision, 98% recall. It understands the different cell types. Now I can send new images, stream new images to it. One of the ways that Landing Lens makes this possible is it gives me these endpoints that are deployed. Now this is also served, you guessed it, from my Snowflake account, so I can go ahead and predict with my data anywhere that I want. So like here's an example of some Python code where I can send it new images and get those predictions. Behind the scenes, it's actually going to store those predictions in a hybrid table. So let's show that in action now. I'm going to jump quickly here to this notebook, and here let's take some new images. So I have some images that I've been uploading into an S3 bucket. So I can connect to that securely from Snowflake. You can see here some of the images here. Now what I want to do is go ahead and stream these images to that model that we just created. So here's that endpoint that we created that's hosted in my account. Let's go ahead and run this cell. It's going to take the different images here from S3 and now generate those predictions. So this is now automatically a great end-to-end solution. I could go ahead and schedule this if I wanted to make sure that I could run this over time. And at the end of the day, what I get is this table that is stored that has here's the model that we trained and it has all those images, and I understand the different types. So here's the different classes, here's the confidence interval. Now, as powerful this is already pretty incredible. I've had to barely write any code because of Landing AI, but I want to like I said at the beginning, I want to talk to this data. I want to make sure this is accessible to any researchers, healthcare professionals who don't have to query and write SQL, who can converse with this in plain English. And the Cortex Copilot API lets me do exactly that. So check this out. I'm going to use plain English here. Let's say, how many cells were added in the last week? Just a normal question. Now what this is doing is it's sending this question to the Copilot API. Copilot understands my data. It knows the shape of my data, and you can see it's actually returned an answer. The answer is 227 cells, but what's great here is I can verify it. For one, it's told me what it did. It said, hey, when I wanted to know if it's added, I used upload time, so I can verify it here. I can even see the SQL that it generated. And again, this is not any SQL. This is SQL to do with my data. I can do more than just asking a single question, though. Let's actually do something a little bit more advanced. What's the distribution of cells predicted over the last week? Now I don't just want a single number like 227. I want to know, how many were normal, how many were benign, So this is now doing the exact same thing. You can see here's that SQL query it was able to generate on this different question. But look here, I'm actually going to say, I want to see this as a bar chart. I started with just a normal question, right? I didn't have to understand anything about my data, but now I get the info exactly what I wanted. This is awesome. This unlocks all of the power and knowledge that's in my Snowflake account. In this case, data that was generated from that custom model, accessible to anyone. This is just a taste of the type of power that you can get inside of Snowflake with AI, powerful partners like Landing AI. If you want to learn more about this, if you want to know how you can get this same type of thing running in your Snowflake account with your data, I encourage you join Snowflake Summit. It's happening in early June. We're going to show you exactly more about these types of solutions and help give you everything that you need so you can revolutionize your business with the power of Snowflake and the data cloud. Thanks so much.